All right, good evening. On behalf of the MRC 91 repeater, I'd like to welcome you all to the Wednesday night Elmer Net. My name is Jim, Kilo Tango 9 Golf, and I am located in Waukesha, and I'll be acting as your net control operator for tonight's net, which is the 22nd of January, 2025. Licensed amateurs, technician class or higher, are encouraged to check in either with or without traffic. Before we start tonight's net, however, if you should have an emergency during this net, please stop and let us know and we will stop to handle your emergency. Traffic for this net means questions, comments, problems, or news about computers or other technical devices or ham radio equipment in general. Questions about new digital modes or thinking about trying a new radio? Let's see if someone else can give you a hand. However, please note we will not accept traffic offering to distribute copyrighted programs. If you are looking to buy, sell, or trade anything, we suggest you check out the 9-1 repeater on Sunday nights directly after the Sunday night announcement net for the Sunday night swap net, where that type of traffic is encouraged. Let me go ahead and break for a second. All right, getting started. Check-ins are in alphabetical segments based on the first letter following the numeral in your call sign. Mobile stations may ignore... Man, I'm tongue-tied today. Mobile stations may ignore the roll call segment and check in at any time when it is safe to do so. During check-ins, please respond with your call sign slowly and in standard phonetic along with your first name and whether or not you have any traffic. Again, my name is Jim, Kilo Tango 9 Golf, your net control operator for this evening. We'll go ahead and begin check-ins with any mobile or short-time stations, or I used to do this, and we're going to start doing this again. Mobile or short time, or any of our loyal listen only stations. If you want to jump in with listen only, go ahead, throw your call sign out. Otherwise, mobile and short time as well. Go ahead.
KD9 TGM as usual, mobile on the way to work. Got anything, Jim? I'll say when I get it down there.
All right, KD9 TGM, I got you on there as mobile and no traffic for now. Anyone else, mobile or short time or listen only?
This is Kilo Bravo 9, Victor Sierra Foxtrot, just listen only.
KB9 VSF, John, I got you on there, thanks. As listen only. Anyone else? A Alpha through Z Zulu for short time or listen only. Go ahead. Okay. Sorry, I had to help my kid go to the bathroom there for a second. Okay, so with that, we'll go ahead and start with our first segment here. Let's do A Alpha through K Kilo. A Alpha through K Kilo. Come now, please.
Kilo Alpha Niner Juliet Bravo Delta Mike in Muskego.
Whiskey 9, Golf Tango Zulu, Jim in Waukesha.
Kilo Echo Niner, Charlie Alpha Papa, Jerry.
All right, I got KA9JBD, Mike. I got W9GTZ, and then Jerry. I missed your call sign. I typed it in wrong because I got Todd in Indiana. That wasn't right. What was your call sign again? Go ahead.
Kilo Echo Niner, Charlie Alpha Papa.
There we go. Got you on there now. All right, anyone else? A Alpha through K Kilo. All right, let's do A Alpha through V Victor. A Alpha through V Victor. Go ahead. Come now, please.
This is Whiskey Bravo 9, Sierra X-Ray Golf, Dave.
This is Kilo Delta Niner, Victor India Delta, Ward.
WB9S6G, Dave, welcome back. I haven't heard you in a while. Glad to have you on here. And W9VID, Ward, good to have you on here too. All right, anyone else? A Alpha through V, Victor, go ahead. All right, let's go ahead and open her all the way up. A Alpha through Z, Zulu. A Alpha through Z, Zulu, either with or without traffic. Go ahead, come now, please. All righty, hearing none, we're going to go ahead and get started. We are 7 past the top of the hour, and thank you all for joining. I wasn't sure that we got a good list here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with traffic, and we've got 2 more with potential traffic, so that's really good. Okay, so for the last few weeks, we've been talking about digital modes, both computer-based and radio-based, and by that I mean I think 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, we chatted about digital modes as far as FT8, JS8, PSK31, and things like that. And then the week after, we talked about the digital modes as far as through the radio, such as Fusion, D-Star, All-Star, P25, that kind of fun stuff. So this week, I'm happy to continue that conversation. However, I'm also interested in talking about some retro stuff. A friend of mine and I have been playing with some CW and have been playing with that. And if there's no other questions, or if for my seating topic tonight is there anybody that's been in the hobby for a long time that's used CW and this is my personal question. We don't have to talk about this too much, but I'm very curious about this. Has anybody been in long enough to be doing CW Morse code with a straight key and have gotten good at it? I tried to use a straight key at a museum a few weeks ago. I've been learning CW, and I'm getting somewhere with it. But I have an iambic paddle, where the dits and das are kind of built into it for you, so you don't have your timing doesn't have to be perfect. But I tried to do it at a museum where they had a straight keyer where the time that you're touching the connector is the time that the dits and das are being done. And my God, it was a computer that was trying to decode what I was saying. I could not for the life of me get it to do it. I was just like, so I'd love to hear if there's anybody who's been in a while that's done that kind of stuff and just, their experiences with it, and mostly their experience with the technology as it's changed over time. Like, for anybody that's been in for 40 years or stuff, and I know that there's a few out there, what about the technology that's changed over the last 40 years that you love, and what is it about it that you hate? Are there things that have changed that, obviously are for the better, or are there things that have changed that you just, kind of wish the old ways were still the old ways? So I'd love to hear that. Besides that, that's my seating topic, and it's not a big one. So we can always, like I said, always ask questions, and we can pick up any other topics we want. But that was kind of my thing that I was thinking about this week, as I was playing with some of this stuff. So, all right, so we'll bring it up to the top of the list with KA9JBD. Mike, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Repeater, timeout, cancel.
Oh, whoops. I did a factory reset on my radio, and I undid the timing. How much did I get cut out there? I think I went over 3 minutes, apparently. Let me just pass it over to you, to KA9JBD. Mike, go ahead. You were first on the list. I don't know how much I got cut off there. Go ahead.
KA9JBD returning Mike in Muskego. I'm not entirely sure, James. When it comes to what you were mentioning about CW, as of 12/24/24, I've been a licensed ham radio operator for 50 years, and CW is one of my favorite modes. Though, to be honest, I kind of suck at my copying speed. Stand by. I belong to the SKCC, the Straight Key Century Club, and my big goal for this coming year is to get my code speed up. I do not have any type of iambic keyer or use any type of keyer, electronic keyer. I have a straight key bencher, can't remember the model number. I also have a couple of other keys that I use when I'm on the air. Stand by. And honestly, by far, I spend most nights in my ham shack listening to Morse code to try to better copy it. I'm sure there are many people out here, some who've checked in, who are way better than I am at Morse code. But my fascination with Morse code is mostly because even when signals are, darn near lost in noise, I can still copy them. So that's my comments for the first round. Back to you, Net Control KA9JBD.
Okay, KA9JBD, Kilo Tango 9 Golf, Net Control. So that's interesting. So you're good with the straight keyer, and you say that you've never used an iambic, and so I'm curious. On the next go around, I'd like to know why you haven't tried it. And I find it funny. There's always a step. There's always a next step in technology where, if I was to use something like FL Digi to do keyboard, where I type in a message and then the computer does the CW for me, I can imagine most people who do CW say that's cheating, right? But then there's someone like you who's good with a straight key who would say, well, anyone who's using an iambic paddle, that's cheating too. You know what I mean? Like, so there's a raw point of doing CW where you're doing like just pure on a straight key, and you've got to get your timing perfect for someone else to understand you. So that came to light with me when I was messing around with that straight keyer at the museum. I was just like, I can send CQ my call sign grid easily on my iambic, but I was trying to do it on that straight keyer, and the computer couldn't figure out what the hell I was talking about. It was hilarious, and I was just like, wow, man, like if someone gave me a straight keyer and I was trying to talk to someone, apparently maybe a human ear could be like, well, I understand that they're trying to say CQ, and then maybe that's their call sign. I don't know, but like, I just thought it was kind of funny. So let me know on the next go around if there's ever a reason why you never, or if you haven't specifically tried an iambic yet. So, all right, W9GTZ, Jim, go ahead. The floor is yours.
W9GTZ. I haven't a clue what an iambic key is or how it operates. I originally learned on a straight key. I graduated to what was then called a bug. Now they call them a vibroplex. And it was much easier to. It wasn't much easier. It was much easier to be cleaner at it than the straight key for me, because it controls your dits and das. But I think the one thing people tend to forget is it is much easier to send than receive. Now, when I look back I haven't touched Morse code in 60-some years, but when I did do it, I was sending probably at 15 words a minute, but I was struggling to receive 15 words a minute. I was probably down closer to 10 or 12 words a minute on the receive end. It's much easier to send at a certain speed than it is to receive. And what I learned, at least back then, was dit dot dit isn't an R, it's dit dot dit, and you relate the sound of the sound to a letter, not to anything else. I don't know if that makes sense or not. Whiskey 9 Golf Tango Zulu, back to net control.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's interesting. So, as far as an iambic paddle, and I think you may have alluded to it with what you were saying, where it controlled the dits and das for you. The paddle that I have, I technically don't have a fully iambic paddle. I have it. You press left and right on it, and if you press to the left, it makes dits, and if you press to the right, it makes das. And the timing between the dits and das are controlled by the radio and controlled by the paddle. So as long as you are good with it, the timing is always perfect. An iambic paddle, I think a truly iambic paddle, allows you to pinch the two, and it creates a dit-da or a da-dit. I don't remember. So you can really speed up your code speed if you press left, press right, and pinch, and you can make all sorts of crazy. You can go really fast. But what I'm getting at here is that there's two sides to it, a left and a right, and the left is always your dits, I think, yeah, and your right's your das. And if you just hold it on the right, it'll go da 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 da, and if you hit it on the left, it'll go dit 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 dit. And so the timing's always perfect for you. Whereas a straight keyer, and the straight keyer that I was doing at the museum was, it didn't matter how long or short you held it. If you had the electric connectors touched, it made a tone, right? So if you just press it down and go dit, obviously that's not, so you go like dit 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 dit, and if your timing isn't good, your DAWs aren't consistent and everything gets messed up. So that's what I was just like, the raw CW is kind of what I was curious about. But when it's controlled a little bit, that's a little bit easier. So that's the iambics are the ones that have left and right control. I'm playing with mine right now. I have a bencher in front of me, but I bought just the paddle bencher. I didn't buy the truly iambic. I can make it iambic by pressing down on it technically, but it's a little weird. But anyway, I'm rambling on here. KE9 CAP. Jerry, go ahead. Floor is yours.
This is KE9 CAP. First of all, I just wanted to say this is awesome hearing y'all talk about this stuff. Me and my wife just got our technician license on November 30th, so this is completely foreign to me, and I love hearing about it. It's fascinating when you're talking about how hard it was to do CW with the name just slipped my mind for some reason, but with the original style of doing it without the kind of the assist keyer, but just doing it raw, pure, like you were saying, somebody was sitting there doing it. It's crazy to think that shaped history, the people doing that just the way that everything changed when that stuff was coming out, that's insanely interesting to me. I really have nothing to add about CW, but if anybody does feel like at some point chiming in, and feel free to totally not, because this is off topic. I had a question if anybody knew anything about cross-band repeat radios. I just kind of heard about them. Me and my wife have HTs, a Yaesu FT3D and an ID52A. So I was looking to get like a mobile, something that I could use as a base station in a sense for a little while, and then, later on get an actual base station. But I heard about crossband repeats, and I was wondering if anybody experimented with what they're actually capable of, or what crossband repeat radios they would recommend, if any, and how far they're capable of going. Any advice on that? If anybody has any offer, that'd be great. This is KE9CAP, back to net.
Yeah, KE9 CAP. This is KT9G net control. Jim here. So yes, no, we're always throw out a question. I always just throw seating topics out to kind of get the ball rolling, but I'm happy to take in any questions from anybody, and we'll talk about it. Crossband repeat is a really cool function, especially in my mind, the best use case for those are if you have like a truck that has a good mobile rig in it, 50-watt rig, that can do crossband repeat. What you do is you let's say you go to a campground, right, and you park your truck, and you put in your truck has a really nice kind of antenna on it. You can take that antenna off, throw a little bit more coax on, and raise it up a little bit more, set up your little campground, and then what you do is you use your truck's radio as a crossband repeater to receive, and what crossband repeat really means is it can receive on 70 centimeters and replay on 2 meters, or vice versa. You receive on 2 meters and replay on 70 centimeters. And then you have your radios set up to listen and transmit on both of those as like a split mode. And what you do is I will transmit on 70 centimeters to the truck, and then the truck will receive and repeat it back out on the other band, and everyone else is listening on that band. So you basically turned your truck at your campground into a mini repeater. And that's nice for, let's say you go camping somewhere like really out in really, really rural, right? And you and your wife want to be able to contact each other on your radios, and your truck is in a nice, really high spot with a nice high antenna, and you guys can use that as a repeater. That's kind of what that's for. That's kind of a fun way to use it. There's other things that you can definitely do with it, but that's kind of the thing that I think of in my kind of a post-apocalyptic mindset. Is that's one of the things it's for. But if anyone else has played with it, go ahead and throw it out. I can't think of. Let me reset real quick because I don't have the timer on. I get anxious now because I don't have my beeper yelling at me if I'm going too long. If anyone else has played with crossband repeat or knows any good crossband repeat radios, throw it out there. The ones I have don't do it. I think the Yaesu, the really nice Yaesu, the 440, I'd have to look it up. And there's a few others that can do it. I can look it up, but it is a very interesting and kind of fun thing to play with, especially for the situation that I gave was. That's a good example of using it, but it is fun. So, all right, WB9SXG, Dave, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Yes, WB9SXG, Dave. For crossband, I know one application I did with it. I had this ICOM. Gosh, I think it's a 2350. It's an old 80s or 90s vintage. Transceiver, but I'd have that in my in my shack, and I can have an HT out in the barbecuing out in the backyard or whatever, and I could kind of run my rig from that. And I also had remote control capability too, that you could do different codes on your DTMF microphone, and you get it to do just about anything you can do with it on the front panel. So I could change the frequency or the squelch or whatever I need to do, and just play radio when I'm out in my backyard barbecuing. So that's a good, that's my application for a crossband repeater. And another thing, I think we had one guy with our Irish Fest, his mobile was actually going to the FM38 repeater, and he'd have his HT out there on the fairgrounds. If you understand what the Irish Fest is at Summerfest. So that's all spread out all over, pretty much all over the lakefront there. And he could be anywhere pretty much on the grounds and participate in the parades or whatever else and drink whatever he wants to drink, Irish-wise. So he has his HT and he's net control from his HT. So that was a good application for that. As for straight key versus semi-automatic keys, let me reset. This WB9SXG returning. I just had a class, Zoom class on they were running at it's a Long Island CW club. They insisted that people use iambic keys or paddle keys. There's kind of a difference, like you kind of alluded to it, Jim, about the difference between an iambic key and the paddle key. And the paddle key was back in the Vibraplex era, when the old telegraph operators would they wanted a better key than was actually standard issue. So they'd have their key in a nice little briefcase and everything else and pull it out because they were very possessive about the Vibraplex keys. But then that kind of evolved with more electronics into the iambic key. And your iambic key actually has two paddles. And as you mentioned, just kind of the way you squeeze it, you can get either da or da-dit. And or an R or a K, and, da-da-da or da-da-dit. Just by the way you're squeezing it, I have not mastered that art yet. But like I say, I kind of cut my teeth on the straight key in my novice days because that was all we did. I just had two terminals on my transmitter and had when I made a key out of sheet metal, bending sheet metal around, and bolts, the two bolts hit each other from the sheet metal and a wooden block. And I kind of made my own key with that, and that got me through 5 words a minute. But don't ask me to use straight key anymore. Although I have about 4 straight keys and 3 paddle iambic keys. I don't have a straight paddle key either, but I got the iambic keys. But I may as well just use it as a paddle key for as uncoordinated as I am. Hi. So anyway, yep, that's my experience with straight keys and paddle keys. I'll send it back to Net Controls, WB9SXG. K9UIL.
Yeah, last call station. What was the call sign again? Go ahead.
Hi, gentlemen, K9UIL, K9 Uniform India Lima. Just I heard you guys talking about CW. I thought I'd jump in quick.
Yeah, K9UIL. Can you let me pass it over to one other station, and then I'll give it to you, all right? KD9VID, go ahead, and then I'll give it to you, K9UIL, okay? KD9VID, go ahead.
Hey. Thanks, Jim. I appreciate it. I really don't have a lot. I'm enjoying listening again. I
I've only been in this hobby for a short period of time and not doing a lot with anything with Morse code yet. But I am learning and interested in all of this stuff, so I'll just keep listening and won't talk much. Back to net, KT9VID.
KT9VID, KT9G, net control. Absolutely, no worries. I mean, you're more than welcome to listen, and we're always here. If you want to jump in, go ahead. And then before I pass it down to UIL, WB9SXG, yeah, that was good. Thank you for saying that. I had a brain block earlier. I couldn't think of the difference. So there's straight key, paddle key, iambic. Those are the three, right? So I technically have a paddle, even though it looks like an iambic. And I was actually kind of mad because I bought it. I thought it was an iambic, but it wasn't. It's just a paddle, but it has two plastic pieces. It looks like if I took a picture of it and sent it to you, you would think it's an iambic, but it's not. It's just a paddle. You can treat it like an iambic if you press down on it, but the way that iambics work is that if both left and right are touched at the same time, the software on the back end will do the dit-da or da-dit, however you programmed it. And yes, I've seen videos of people using iambic paddles, and they can do like 40 words a minute easily on these things. Just left, right, pinching, left, right, pinch, left. It's absolutely crazy. I can send, me personally, and I don't even know CW that well, I can send basic messages at 20 words a minute, and I don't even know it that well. I can't copy that. I can't copy that at all. But I've gotten pretty good at sending. But like most of you have said, receiving is the hard part because you don't know what's coming. But I'm getting there, and I've been practicing and playing with it. So trying to do a bit more. On the next go around, I will announce a little bit of a something here with that. So let's go ahead and throw it over to the newbie here, or the new joiner, not the newbie, the new joiner. K9UIL, go ahead, Martin. Floor is yours.
UIL back to the net. No, I just, thanks for letting me break in here. No, I just hear you talking about CW, and I've used all different modes of CW for a long time, and right in front of me is my original key. It's a J38, and it's a J38 World War II surplus key that I had when I was a novice a little while ago, and it's all brass, original, no automatics, no automation at all to it. It's just a matter of trying to send Morse code and seeing the rhythm of it, and it works great if you're not a whole lot of speed, but if you want to go fast, you get pretty tired pretty quick. So the iambic keyers, the vibroplexes, the electronic, semi-electronic keys, just fantastic for a lot of CW work. I'm with all you guys that I could always send a lot faster than I could receive, but had to come in and talk to you about my J38 keyer. So I'll give it back to KT9G in Morse code. Go ahead.
Well, thank you for that. I heard it, so that's good. It was a little faint, but we definitely got it in there. So, all right. So that brings us down to the bottom of the list. Let's go ahead. Oh wow, we went one round and we're already at 36 after the hour. Is there anybody else that would like to join us? A Alpha through Z Zulu for the Wednesday Night Elmer Net. Go ahead, come on, please.
This is Whiskey Mike 9 Hotel William.
Last call station, was that Whiskey Mike 9 Hotel? Go ahead.
Roger, roger.
All right. Okay, I got you on the list. Let's see. Is there anybody else out there, A Alpha through Z Zulu, who'd like to join the Wednesday night Elmer Net? Go ahead. Come now, please.
K9 DJM, semi-mobile, hi. Now, I made it to work, Jim. I'm going to be in the background, but I want to say something at the end on the 73 round.
All right, sounds good. KD9 TJM, I will do my best. Well, actually, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that. All right. William, I remember you. I met you. I just looked you up on QRZ. I remember your face. I saw you at Field Day. So yes, thank you. Welcome to the net. All right. Let's do. Well, I just had you. So William, go ahead. WM9H. Go ahead. I'll let you have the floor first, and then we'll bring it up to the top of the list. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Alrighty, William here, Whiskey Mike 9 Hotel. I have no idea what the subject is. I just know it's an Elmer net. I think my next ham purchase is going to be K6ARK's 20-watt BNC deal, where the toroid goes right on the end of the BNC connector. Really cool little mini stuff. Other than that, I don't know what the subject is. I'm going to send it back to net control, Whiskey Mike 9 Hotel.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I thought maybe you had been listening. Sorry, my bad. So, actually, we were talking about CW. We were talking about the difference between straight keyers and paddle keyers and iambic keyers, and talking about people who had played with CW throughout its history. Do you know anything about CW? Have you played with CW? And then the other thing that was brought up was the question of crossband repeater radios. Have you used crossband repeater radios for any practical use? We all kind of, or I talked about a little bit of a reason to use it. Good camping reasons, using it as kind of a mobile repeater station system. Others have used it as a local control system for their main radio, things like that. Those were the things that we were talking about. I'll throw it back to you real quick and let you have a second with it, and then we'll bring it up to the top of the list. Go ahead.
All right, William here. Well, I'm pretty sensitive to timing, so I think I'll get into CW. Just not for another couple of years. I need to be bored otherwise, you know. Got too much on my plate right now. Other than that, I mean, I keep a full duplex in the car because, yeah, that's very handy to have. I mean, if we get in a situation, my kid's handheld, I got a GMRS crap on there, but, you know, if push comes to shove and I gotta, you know, too far away, you know, I got crossband channels in there, so I got one in there so she can hit the car on 2 meter and then hear back 440. So, you know, if you need it, it's there, you know. I mean, it is what it is. Kind of neat. I probably wouldn't use it regularly unless I had like a lithium iron phosphate battery under my seat or something, which I haven't been able to get yet. Still saving up for like secondary stuff, if that makes sense. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, having a full duplex radio is the way to go. You can work satellites on it. You can repeaters have a 2 meter 440. You can see how you're coming back. A lot of utility. Over.
All right, sounds good. Okay. All right, let's bring it up to the top of the list. KA9 JBD. Mike, go ahead. Floor is yours.
K9 JBD returning. So in regard to the CW thing, as I alluded to in my last go-around, I've been licensed for 50 years now. God, I'm old. Stand by. Quite frankly, my favorite mode of HF communication is still CW. And while I probably can't copy better than 10 words a minute, I can probably send at 15, 18, something like that on my straight key. Stand by. So in regard to your original question, Jim, about the straight key thing, I am quite an ardent traditionalist, and that's why I belong to a couple of CW clubs. Stand by. So for any of you out there looking at getting into CW, I highly recommend SKCC, which is the Straight Key Century Club, as well as CW Fists. Both of those organizations are geared towards more traditional CW. Stand by. Now, I've been a member of both clubs for God knows how many years, and what I find the most intriguing is the, what do you want to call it, old school, traditional type of looking at code. So I highly recommend anyone to look them up online, perhaps join. There's no cost to join. They give you a number, and they both have whatever you want to call it, events, constantly. Stand by. They both have a bunch of people who are absolutely on board with helping new CW operators to get their code speeds up better. As I said before, I'm not very good at copying. I can probably send way more than I copy. Stand by. So yeah, SKCC, Straight Key Century Club, and also CW Fists. Look them up, and I'm sure you can find someone out there to help you with your CW skills. KA9JBD, back to net.
Yeah. Sorry. Hold on. Everybody, give me 1 second. This is KT9G. Stand by. All right. This is Kilo Tango 9 Golf. I've got a third party here who would like to say goodnight to everybody. This is KT9G, third party. Aaron, go ahead.
7-3. Yeah.
7-3. Good job.
Yeah.
All right. He said good night. No. Oh, do you want a piece of chocolate? All right, take that. Go ahead. All right, get out of here. Jeez. Sorry. Sorry. While you were at KA9JBD, this is KT9G. While you were talking, I got a little distracted. He came downstairs. He wanted to say hi to everybody. So there was a couple of things that I wanted to cover. Let me break and reset real quick so I can say those. Oh wow! And there's the CW from our repeater. Good job. Okay. One of the things that I wanted to throw out there was there is software out there, and one of the things that for those who are interested in getting better at receiving CW, there's a piece of software out there that I've played with recently, where you can take text from news articles or anything that you're interested in and feed it into this software, and it will convert it to CW and play it. So you can read news on CW. So there's that. Man, that kid coming down just totally wrecked my brain. Now I don't remember where I was at. So, you know what? Let's just keep moving through the list and go down from there. W9GTZ, Jim, go ahead. Floor is yours.
W9GTZ, thanks, Jim. My brain was wrecked a long time ago. I don't need the kids to come down to wreck my brain. Just a comment on, what was I going to comment on? I lost my brain. My brain went awry, too. I can't remember what I was going to say. Gosh, I'm just going to push it on back to you, Jim, because I can't remember what I was going to say. It couldn't have been too important. Oh, I know what it was. Is crossband similar to the AB on my FT991, where you can send on one frequency and receive on another? Whiskey 9 Golf Tango Zulu.
Yeah. So crossband repeat is designed specifically so that, yes, but the point is you want to have a specific radio that, the radio that is doing the crossband repeat is acting as a repeater. It receives on 70 centimeters and replays on 2 meters, or receives on 2 meters and replays on 70. And it acts like a repeater. So if you were to transmit on 2 meters into your radio, then everyone else within range of your other radio that you're repeating into hears on 70 centimeters. So it's basically a repeater, but it's going across the band. So that's why they're called crossband repeaters. So that's really what it's mainly used for, and that's kind of what I think WB9SXG was saying that he uses it for, where he could kind of be in his backyard and could be on 70 centimeters and talking to his radio, and his radio would do stuff on 2 meters for him. Or you can use it where you're camping and you're all on 70 centimeters for transmit but receiving on 2 meters, and you can use your truck, your really nice like kind of mobile rig that's running 50 watts on your truck with a nice high antenna. That's kind of what it's for. So hopefully that answers your question. All right. KE9, sorry, I'm trying to burn through here. We only went through twice, and we're already at like 10 to the hour here. So KE9, CAP, Gerald, or Jerry, go ahead. Floor is yours.
This is KE9CAP. That was awesome hearing your kid, by the way. That's great. 73. Love it. I have a 4-year-old and a 1.5-year-old, and my 4-year-old is always talking about mom and dad's call signs, and he's saying them now, so that's pretty adorable. Yeah, thank you guys very much for talking about the crossband repeat and giving me your thoughts on it. I'm with you on that post-elliptic thought process. My thing was we're on a second story, and me and my wife, we've definitely tested how far our handhelds can go with better antennas on them, and I run a ZBM2 Industries foul weather whip antenna on my ID52, and then we have like that BNC diamond antenna. It's like a something 77. I'm sure y'all have heard of it before. And they're great antennas. The foul weather whip antenna from ZBM2 Industries seems to be better. And, we can get about 3-4 miles out of it, obviously depending on where we're at, but that's about the farthest we've pushed them. So my thought is at our place, if we had a mobile and, something that could put out 50 or 100 watts, and we had it set for crossband repeat, then we could do the same thing that you were talking about, like if you're camping, but then say if, like, we could hit each other with the handhelds at 3 miles, maybe that would mean that, we would have 2 or 3 miles that we could be away, that one person could be away north of the mobile setup, and then another person could be plenty more miles away, maybe, and still receive from the mobile kind of base station setup. I'll rekey for a second. I don't know how long I've been talking. But yeah, that was kind of my thought on it. And yeah, so that's great. Yeah, I was looking at an ID or IC 5100 or like I think the IC 2730A. These mobiles can do them. And then I heard that there's a Kenwood THD 75A that is like a digipeater in a sense, perhaps, but I'm sure, that's lower wattage and whatever. Yeah, but otherwise, other than that, to the Morse code thing, I still have nothing to add to it. It's great listening, and hearing what y'all have to say about it. It's fascinating. And the only other thing that maybe I could ask is another question. Have any of y'all done anything with Meshtastic before? I know that's kind of not ham radio, perhaps, because it's the 915 megahertz, or not megahertz, sorry, I'm all tongue-twisted right now, but I was wondering if anybody maybe has messed around with Meshtastic or has any thoughts on that. I think it's pretty neat. Yeah, your thoughts on that. Back to net, this is KE9CAP.
All right, I have to admit, you mentioned Meshtastic, and my kid and my wife are still in the room. You said Meshtastic, and my wife looked at me, and she was like, oh, no, you're going to talk for an hour and a half. I don't have time for that, but yes, I do Meshtastic. All right, Aaron, go ahead. Do you want to say goodnight again?
Good night.
Wait, no, that's not how you say goodbye. How do you say goodbye?
Goodbye.
No, 7 3s. Good job, buddy. Yes, so I have several Meshtastic devices that I run. No, you don't need more chocolate. Get out of here. What do you need? Oh my gosh, sorry. What are you looking for? Okay. Yes, I have several Meshtastic devices. We can chat about that on another net or on the side. You're right. It's that kind of gray area between ham radio and whatever. It's RF, so it definitely falls into the realm of this niche hobby. But yes, you're right. It's the 915 megahertz band, the ISM band for the U.S. It also is done on 433, but that's mostly done in Europe. So everyone who does it in the U.S. does it on 915. There's all sorts of other crap that's done on 915. There's also a lot of weird legal issues going on with 915 because NextWave wants to buy that band and all sorts of fun stuff. But I've got a node literally. It's in my hand. I've got a Meshtastic node in my hand right now. I've got another Meshtastic node that's in my attic. So if you want to chat about that, we can definitely chat about that. I've tried talking about it in the nets. It's kind of a weird. It's kind of weird. It's that gray area between niche stuff and ham radio. So we can chat about it. There we go. All right, WB9SXG. Dave, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Yeah, and I just heard you whisper the correct way of saying goodbye, good night, and ham lingo. I think I heard a quiet 73, so that was cute. But I guess already we're beginning to be sad hams now. So hi. But yeah, it doesn't matter to me. People can CQ on the repeater if they want. I don't care. Where anyway, get you on the air. That's fine. I couldn't even get my own granddaughter and daughter to go get on GMRS. So already you've got a budding ham right there. So I'm happy to hear that. One other advantage I hear with Morse code in CW is that if you have headphones on, you got and you can hear and you have your key, you can kind of be kind of stealthy in what you're saying. You're not really, you can say whatever you want to say, and no one's going to listen in on that. All they hear is a bang, 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 bang on the brass. And also, you get a lot of I call it shack QRM, when the baby's crying, the dog is barking, the doorbell's ringing, the phone's ringing, and everything else like that. You can put on your headset and still bang away and not be interfering, not have other QRM, shack QRM on the airwaves. So that's another advantage of CW that no one seems to talk about. Yeah, I'll send it back to Net Control. It's WB9SXG.
WB9SXG, KT9G, Net Control. Well, sorry, I just got the kids out. I just got the kid out of here. Sorry. Okay. All right. Sorry. Sorry. I'm not trying to. Let's keep burning through here because we're almost at the top of the hour, and I want to give everyone a chance to do a 73 round. So KD9 VID. Ward, go ahead. Floor is yours.
I got to jump on something at 8 o'clock, so I want to make this my 73. You called me in the nick of time. Thanks for hosting the net. I enjoyed myself, and we'll talk again next week. KD9 VID, back to Net Control.
All right, KD9 VID. Ward, got you checked out. Have a great night. All right, K9 UIL. Marty, go ahead. Floor is yours. K9 UIL. This is KT9G Net Control for Wednesday Night Elmer Net. Are you still with us? Go ahead. Floor is yours. All right, I see we probably dropped him there. All right, WM9H. Yeah. William, go ahead. Floor is yours.
All right, William here, Whiskey Mike 9 Hotel. Yeah, I forgot to say something my last turn. I kind of figured that a straight key is like asking for carpal tunnel, right? Or am I just thinking oddly? You guys got a little bean bag where you rest your hands so it's nice and straight? I know that's crucial for using the mouse all day. So, yeah. Other than that, yeah, I don't know. I personally can't do much HF at home, so I'm like all portable and stuff. So I keep an HF antenna in my hatchback in the back there, so I can deploy it whenever I want. So I've been having fun doing that. Other than that, I'm gonna send it back to Net Control. Whiskey Mike 9 Hotel.
All right, Whiskey Mike 9 Hotel. Yeah, no worries. I've got a mobile rig in my truck too, and sadly, during the winter, I park my truck in the garage a lot, and I've got a 56-inch whip, and I take it off, and I'm too lazy to put it on for the short drives, and I don't drive a lot in the winter because I work from home. So, looking forward to the warmer weather where I can leave my truck outside, and then I can kind of join the HF bands a bit more when I drive. So we'll see how it goes. But I am. Oh shoot. So with that, before we go ahead and bring it up to the list, I do have some information for everybody who's still out there listening, hopefully. The 9-1 group will not be doing its own dedicated winter field day. However, there is a group doing a winter field day at Ottawa Lake on the 25th and 26th. and I'm going to give a little bit of information about that. So before we start the next round, which will be our 73 round, because we're already past the top of the hour, let me go ahead. Is there anybody else out there who would like to join the MRC 91 Wednesday night Elmer Net for the 73 round? Go ahead. Okay. All right, hearing none, so I will bring it up to the top, and before I do, let me give this information out here. So for the 25th and 26th of January, which is Winter Field Day, the 9-1 group won't be doing anything special ourselves. However, I myself will most likely be trying to get out to Ottawa Lake. Park pass is required to get on to Ottawa Lake, and in the campgrounds, this group, and I feel really bad. Hopefully, someone during the 73 rounds tell me what group this is, because I got the email, and it literally doesn't say what group this is, so I don't know who's doing it. However, they have campsite number 396, which has electricity and some other stuff set up. I believe they also have the gazebo, from what I understand, for Winter Field Day. They will be shutting down for nighttime unless there's anybody there who's really eager to stay up during the night, during the winter. That's up to them. I will hopefully be out there for Saturday and Sunday, maybe. We'll see how it goes with the kid and stuff. But I will have my stuff out there, and they have their stuff out there. They are at Campground 396 at Ottawa Lake, as well as the Kenosha Racine Aries group will be there with their trailer doing emergency weather displays and stuff like that. So for anybody who's interested in doing anything that's Winter Field Day, they will be out there doing that at Ottawa Lake. So if you're interested in checking that out, come check it out. But again, this is Ottawa Lake, which means that you do have to have a state park pass. If you don't have the park pass, you can get a day pass. That's fine too. Let me break for a second. Okay, so with that that little announcement there, let me bring it up to, I believe, KD9, TGM. Wayne, go ahead. Floor is yours. You said you wanted the floor for 73 round. Go ahead.
Sure, why not? I can take the floor every once in a while. Hi. All right, KD9, TGM. Yeah, I just want to say to chime in just for the field day stuff. Yeah, for everybody that's going to be out there to brave the weather, have fun. I am going to try to at least be at home in my semi-warm basement, again, hi, that I would be hunting. So yeah, so anybody gets that opportunity, hey, get out there, sit up there if you can see, make some contacts. I'm going to try my best this year, to actually get on, because, last field day, again, I wanted to make it down there to where we go as the 9-1, but, I didn't. I should have. This year I plan on it. I'm going. I already told the wife I'm going. But anyway, yeah, and that's the other thing too. Stand by. Yeah, as far as communications go, because just the crazy things that's been going on lately, with weather situations and stuff like that. If you guys are out and about, have mobile rigs, turn them on. Put some information out there. Even if you're, just doing, simplex in your area or on 5.2, whatever, put it out there, because again, the things I've been seeing lately and in the news, with the snow way down south, obviously with the fires out in California, with the hurricane that's going on, again, me as a truck driver, again, I always got a CB on, I try to get information out there to guys. Yeah, it's the chicken channel and whatever, the things that you hear, the ham say. But still, get the info out there, even if you just throw out a quick weather thing. Just get it on out there. But again, I'll get off my soapbox and get off the floor. So, all right, 73s to everybody, and again, good luck this weekend for field day for all that's going to participate. KD9 TGM clear.
KD9 TGM, KT9G, 73s. Have a great night. And I will tell you, as I get you mark checked out here, one of my favorite things to do is when I'm driving down the road, I'll turn on 2 meters and go on the national calling frequency and just call out while I'm on the freeway. And I've had really fun conversations, even if they're only like a minute or two long, because like I get someone real weak and then they get strong and I was like, hey, I must be passing you and have a good day, and then it's over. It's kind of fun. So have fun with it, guys. Like, get out there. Just throw your call signs out. It's fun. So, all right, KA9, JBD. Mike, go ahead. Floor is yours. 73 round.
KA9, JBD returning. Yeah, good net, James. Very interesting, especially in regard to the CW thing. My apologies if some of my comments seemed a little disjointed. I've had like 4 hours of sleep in the last 48 due to, what do you call it, a water freezing pipe situation with the cold weather. So in regard to Wayne, TJM's comments about just getting on the air, yeah, we all need to monitor frequencies and we all need to jump in if we're needed. So 73 to all, great net, Jim, and I will be QRT, KA9JBD, back to net.
KA9JBD, KT9G, 73s. Have a great night. Yeah, glad. Oh. Sorry. I didn't realize my husky was under my desk, and he just moved and scared me. He's a good boy. Yeah, have a great night. All right, W9 GTZ. Jim, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Whiskey 9 Golf Tango Zulu. I don't have anything else to add or subtract, so I'm just going to say 73s. Y'all have a good evening, and we'll catch it on here maybe tomorrow night. Whiskey 9 Golf Tango Zulu, clear with KT9G and the net. Whiskey 9 clear.
All right, W9 GTZ, KT9G, 73s. Have a great night. Let me get you marked out here. All right, KE9 CAP. Jerry, go ahead. Floor is yours. 73 round.
This is K9 CAP. I just wanted to say thanks for having me on the net. Thanks for answering my questions, and yeah, it's been great. You've done a fantastic job. Is it Jim or James? I don't recall. I think I might have heard one of each. But yeah, thanks for explaining the crossband radios to me and talking about the CW. That was very interesting. I'll be on here next week. And as for Meshtastic, if you ever want to do a net on that or have a conversation about it, I think that would be interesting. One of my hopes getting into ham radio was to also find a club that did something with Meshtastic. So if that's something that maybe is in the works or been talked about doing with the club, I would definitely be very interested in, doing some kind of donation or some sort to get a node very high up, if anybody has any ideas or a way to do that with, by any means. So yeah, that's definitely something to talk about if you're ever interested in talking about it. I would love to hear it. Other than that, yeah, I'll toss it back to net. Great time I had here, and hope I'll be back next week. So this is KE9 CAP.
Yeah, KE9CAP 73s. Have a good night. And you're going to be hard pressed to find. Well, I say this, but this may not be completely true. But you're going to maybe be hard pressed to find a club in ham radio that also does Meshtastic exclusively. I'm really big into Meshtastic, and I push it a lot in this club. Reach out to me. There is a group in Wisconsin called Meshsconsin. Google it. They have a Discord group. I'm a member of that. We have some stuff in the works to get some repeater or some mesh devices up high. I'm working with Corey, who is on the technical committee with this club. He's had some medical issues, so it kind of went by the wayside a little bit. But we are working on getting some stuff higher up. Talk to me about it, for sure. I'm probably your best bet to talk about that stuff. But go to Google and look up Meshsconsin, like MES, like Meshsconsin. There's a Discord group. I found you on QRZ. You don't really have a QRZ page. Hold on, let me see. Sorry, give me 1 second here. I wasn't logged in. Okay, I'm proud of you, buddy. You have a Proton email. Ooh, you and I are going to be friends. You have a Proton email. Good for you, dude. All right, I'm going to send you an email, and we'll get you on Meshtastic. All right. All right. With that, I'll go ahead and say 73s. Have a great night. We'll link up offline. All right, WB9S6G. Dave, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Well, thanks for tolerating me again here. I have to apologize for not being as radioactive as I should be in this past few weeks. These past few weeks I've been, kind of anticipating the downloading of W9BB. And W9BB is already here and kind of driving us a little less than sane here. So, yeah, we just had a new family member, Pira and Gagne, who's my new granddaughter. So, anyway, maybe if you hear her, she'll be doing a third party here. But she doesn't know too many words, just wham, like Snooky. Well, I just learned about a explosion at a cheese factory up north in Wisconsin. And I guess at the time they were making French cheese, and at the time the explosion happened, debris all over the place. So with that, I'll let you out. I'll be QRT. 73, have a wonderful week, people. WB9SXG, back to deck control.
WB9SXG. 73s, have a great night. All right, WM9H, go ahead. Floor is yours, 73 round.
Alrighty, yeah, I kind of morphed into the 7-3 round. Kind of makes sense though. Yeah, I don't know. I might have had something I was going to say, but I forgot. Anyway, you guys have a good night, and I'm going to get a mobile radio at home again pretty soon. I put the 500 in the car for POTA and other reasons, and having a handheld isn't the best. But anyway, everybody have a good night. 7-3 from Whiskey Mike 9 Hotel.
All right, Whiskey Mike 9 Hotel, KT9G 73s. All right. Okay, so with that, we've we're at 17 past the hour, and we've cleared out the list here. Is there anybody else out there, A Alpha through Z Zoo, would like to any last-minute check-ins, or sorry, late check-ins or last-minute business? Go ahead. Come now, please. All right, hearing none, I'm going to go ahead and secure this net at 8:17 p.m. And as always, thank you all for participating, and reminder that this net, along with most other nets here on the 9-1 repeater, welcome new operators to experience net control operations by trying a net or two. If you are interested, go ahead and please contact our club president, Karen, KC9WQJ, to participate. All net scripts are on the club website for you to review. At this point, I will return the repeater to normal amateur use. Again, my name is Jim, Kilo Tango 9 Golf, and 73s to everybody, and have a great night.